Today we'll be sinking down into Bikini Bottom and SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. As a general human being under the age of 120, I'm aware of SpongeBob and his best friend Patrick. I played a few SpongeBob games before, though from the era of same name, same cover art, different game per platform, so I can't articulate which ones exactly beyond Battle for Bikini Bottom. But I've played SpongeBob across the gambit: Game Boy, GameCube, Game CD-ROM. While the shop page shows a graphic style that doesn't seem to have evolved much beyond Battle for Bikini Bottom, it fails to tell me just what the game is about. The short description bills it almost as a physics simulator, noting it's an open world and our playground. There's no hint of narrative, which is alarming considering this game is trying to command a $40 price point. I'll be playing this on Game Pass, but it really is the price that got my attention. For $40, they have to be offering something, right? Right? A note: I know there's also a Patrick Star show. I've seen it mentioned, usually unfavorably, in SpongeBob lore videos on YouTube. Yes, I watch SpongeBob lore videos on YouTube. You do too, stop lying. We've all seen Skin Theory. Anyway, this doesn't seem to be tied to that spin off, the normal SpongeBob name and logo carrying. I guess the Patrick Star show doesn't rake in the 40s of dollars the way the Big Sponge does. Dropping in, we're greeted with, well, Patrick. The Big Oaf's lovable mug sits mouth agape on screen, his eyes following your selection, like the world's least spooky haunted house painting. The menu music is mellow, and while it's not directly from the show to my knowledge, it gets the point across. The background is just a moving purple pattern. It would have been nice to have seen a shot of Bikini Bottom, or even Patrick's rock. There's nothing interesting in the settings, so I hit start. We open into Patrick's famous dream, a nice callback from the show. This is an intro to the controls.
Oh, tartar sauce. I want to keep going. Ooh, a quarter.
The game is fully voice acted, a big win. We can jump and also roll around, which is very funny. We pick up a quarter to restart the ride and awaken from our dream.
Good morning. Hey, who turned out the lights?
Patrick explains the world is his, likely due to his unemployment. We're shown Gary at the park and told that we can obtain quests from characters and do them whenever. The tone is very, very lax. I'm very impressed by the background. The reef cliffs look beautiful, which feels like a weird word to use for a children's cartoon tie-in game. While the DNA doesn't seem to have changed from Battle for Bikini Bottom, there's definitely a very clear progression visible now that I'm in the world and not just looking at a small trailer. Patrick clips through a rock and then falls asleep as I write this. He falls back before rolling off the rock onto the ground. It's extremely charming. I go to find Gary, but get hailed by Squidward.
Patrick, get over here right now!
He's angry about the randos in his backyard, trying to sunbathe. He wants us to clear the party out, and Patrick only agrees with a monetary reward.
It's loud and annoying, and I can't take it anymore! Patrick, make your obnoxiousness useful and clear this place out right now!
We sweep the fish out of Squidward's zone. The controls don't feel great, and while this is entertaining, it's a very short segment.
Are they gone yet? Oh, they are. Excellent. Now I can sunbathe in peace. Take your sand dollars and scram, you egg.
After getting paid, Patrick still has the brush. I try and sweep someone else, murdering a woman as Squidward remarks.
Come get me, but I can't.
We meet up with Gary, who just wants us to join him in playing at the park. I flip on the swing, baller. I ride the carousel and then sit on the springy toy. This unlocks a new outfit, which is awesome. I love unlockable costumes. We get the classic under construction Patrick. It looks like there are 12 outfits, unlocked by earning sand dollars. I take a peek at the map and it looks pretty small, but there are highlights on where to find quests. The game also has feats, objectives beyond quests that you can do around town to earn sand dollars. It looks like sand dollars are the main collectible, only used for unlocking outfits. There's also mayonnaise jars, but they seem to be more of a box check than anything of substance. Sadly, this is where I find out I can pick up Gary, and I hold him hostage, taking him down the slide, only releasing him to finish the quest. We play in the sandbox, building a sandcastle. The game won't let me throw Gary either. I tried. I can hit him with a hammer though. Quest complete and Gary hassled. I move on. The NPC fish walking around town have radiant dialogue to give you content leads, but they talk constantly to the point of overwhelm. And while the voice actors for the main cast are, as you'd expect them to be, the generic voice actors,
Did you hear about canned bread?
are not great. There's a burp button, so I harass some locals, revenge for incessant chatter. You're welcome. SpongeBob calls me on the payphone and we say the line.
Are you ready? 'Cause I'm ready!
No, this is Patrick.
I meet up with the big sponge and we play Coconut Chaos. It's just shooting boxes. The controls for this minigame are terrible. There's no aiming and using the launcher zooms you in, making it very difficult to get any kind of precision. I managed to get gold on my first try, but don't ask me how. The bar must be very low. I find a clarinet, playing it in Squidward's face. In Patrick's Rock, we're able to go back to sleep and re-enter the opening dream. Nothing different happens here. The top right will show general feats to accomplish based on your area, and I have a feat to get on top of Squidward's house, but I can't figure it out. I try jumping over from the pineapple, but no dice. I begin to head off, but then I find balloons on the edge of Jellyfish Field. Holding 2 lets you float up, but they don't last forever, seeming to pop at a set height. They burst just a bit out of range. Sad. I retry with just 1 balloon, which slows down your falling speed, jumping off of SpongeBob's house again. It works and it earns me the Glove World Patrick outfit. I meet up with Sandy, who tells me it's Squirrel Appreciation Day, in order to goad us into cleaning up after her experiments.
My latest experiment blew up and sprayed jelly all over Bikini Bottom.
Oh, I love jelly. Could I help to, show my appreciation for you?
Aw, shucks. Really, Patrick? You would do that for me?
It's pretty much Power Wash Simulator, but again, the aiming controls are dreadful. I can't say for sure how it compares to the full power washing simulation, but I'd imagine it's a pretty poor imitation. I see a jar of mayo high up, and I'm actually able to grab a ladder and use it to get myself up there. It's pretty clever and more interactable than I thought this game was going to be. I get all the mayo on Conch Street, hoping it'll get me something, but it just completes a feat, earning a measly 10 sand dollars. At the chum bucket, Plankton makes us cook for him. This is just assembling buckets of chum, choosing the base color, adding a topping. I do terrible at first, and the controls aren't it, but I'm not it either. The controls swap depending on which hand you're holding something in, which makes sense, but it means I have to be very aware of which hand is holding what. This can get disorienting under timed conditions. I fail to meet even bronze, Plankton scolding me all the while.
Get moving, Patrick! You could have tried, you know.
Run 2, I lock into the controls, getting almost double the gold score. Someone says,
Hey, whatever you do, don't touch those barrels.
while I'm doing it though, which really throws me off, because it sounds like he's saying, whatever you do, don't touch those girls. I have no idea what this is all in reference to. Very strange. Across the street, I talk with Mr. Krabs.
Will you step up to the plate and help out your old friend Krabs?
He wants us to cook monster Krabby Patties in place of SpongeBob for the new Krabby Patio. This minigame is a mess. It's similar to the chum bucket, only you have to cook the burgers and squirt the condiments. Patties can burn, items can leave the arena, you can't use condiments on objects you're holding. It's just too much for the controls. Not to mention, because assembling each Krabby Patty takes a good chunk of time, the segment lasts forever. I get upper bronze and leave it at that. I knock over a table on my way out, which counts as bussing, unlocking the Elastic Man outfit. Bussing.
Oh, jeez. Let's play Fortnite.
I hit up Miss Puff, who's hosting a race at the boating school. The controls are as expected, not terrible. The boat in first place is clearly faster than mine, so I get second. I replay it getting in front of that boat. Anytime I put space between us, it catches up, pretty much ramming me. I still get the dub. I steal a police car, which has a minigame tied to it. We're tasked with hunting down a fugitive, ramming the boat into theirs to catch them. This doesn't seem to offer any kind of reward or any replay value. I drive all over town, ending up at Glove World. In the park, SpongeBob awaits.
Patrick, you made it! And just in time for your special surprise.
He's setting golden gloves for us to find. I find a few, but it feels more like busy work. I flip the glove boat, but it takes longer than I thought, and the NPCs still talk the whole time, which is terrible. I get a leaf blower, which is fun, until it isn't.
Yo, you been down to Jellyfish Fields today? It's buzzing. Shut up!
I get SpongeBob his 5 golden gloves, receiving some sand dollars in turn.
Jar of mail
Great
I've seen
job,
today.
Patrick. Way to find those golden gloves. Here's your prize money.
Bored of Glove World, I move on. Next to the theme park is the airfield. Sandy's the only NPC in the area. She offers to take us skydiving, the goal being using different equipment to fall through rings. I do the parasol jump, essentially controlled falling, earning a perfect score.
All right, go me!
This nets the Barnacle Boy outfit. Neat. I beef the parachute run, not opening my item properly. I hit the ground next to Sandy, but when I go to talk to her, it teleports me back up to the jumping station, the minigame
Go
inactive.
for a Krabby Patty right now.
The glider run is easier, and it takes a second, but I get gold.
Okay.
Out of things to do, I hit the next POI, the Demolition Stadium. It's run by Mrs. Puff and is actually just a rage room, no boats in sight. I managed to get a big hammer breezing through the course. I cut it close at first point-wise. Breaking targets is worth a lot more than breaking regular items, which feels counterintuitive for a rage room. The hammer often clips out of Patrick's hand, which makes me think I've dropped it, even though I didn't. I unlock Marching Band Patrick for my trouble. The last course sees us in a ball, hamster style. I get gold easy enough.
I'm a record-smashing machine!
I roll around in the overworld before finding a fish having a picnic on a remote cliff in Jellyfish Fields. I eat his pie to mog him, but it's the bomb pie, and it does what you'd think it does. The explosion launches me up onto the cliffs, a place I don't think I'm intended to be. Eventually, I get warped back into the play area. I ride a jellyfish all over Bikini Bottom, bored. We land in the artsy area near the university. I play a little DJ, carve a little statue, and meet up with Squidward.
Stupid application, stupid fee, stupid faculty, stupid dream. They just refuse to visualize the artist within.
Squidward is angry they don't want him at the university, so he challenges us to make art, hoping he'll be able to outperform us and earn admission. First is painting sculptures.
I don't think you're ready to see this. It's beautiful. You can't do better than that. What?
While the sculptures are pre-made, painting them uses the same aiming mechanic as everything else, so it offers very poor control. It's to the point where I wonder if it's possible to make anything intentionally. The dialogue labels this as abstract art, so it seems even the dev knew that it was impossible to create with purpose. I win, somehow, no doubt scripted regardless of what I offered.
Huh? Just a fluke.
Next is drawing.
I've never loved myself more than in this moment for creating this gorgeous thing of beauty. Let's see you beat that, huh?
We're able to hold a crayon in each hand, drawing on a large platform. While the painting is pixel-based, thus allowing for solid artwork, the controls again make it beyond patience. My Wojak comes out malformed, and I still win. Somehow. Last is dance.
Oh, come on!
We're dumped onto a stage and tasked with interacting with falling items. Some prompts appear to give us dance inspiration, but it's impossible to manifest these ideas with what we're given. As expected, we trounced Squidward, receiving his scholarship, leaving him to be broke and destitute.
No, my beautiful scholarship money, my spot in the program.
Sorry, Squiddy. No. Outside of the area, I do some people removal for Squidward, which feels strange after just robbing him of his life's dream mere moments ago. This unlocks Hot Rod Patrick. I clean another building for Sandy, and it feels like it's just going to be a repeat of quests we've already done from here on out.
This'll be more fun than roping an Alaskan bullworm. What?
What?
We hit the fast food coliseum, but I need 990 sand dollars to play, so it's obvious that this is the game-ending event. I'm pretty close at 825. I do another Sandy cleaning, another boat race, both mindless.
Don't floor it!
I meet up with SpongeBob and Jellyfish Fields, who wants to catch, jellyfish. Foregoing a net, Patrick grabs them with his hands. I bring SpongeBob a blue one, the easiest one to control. The king jellyfish arrives.
My babies.
He wants us to collect his wayward babies. The jellyfish have 3 different movement styles. The pink ones zap you forward, the orange ones bounce, and the blue ones squirt. Getting all 5, the quest continues, asking for 10. I neglect this task, choosing instead to use 2 blue jellyfish to squirt all the way up to the sky. I make it to the platform used for the skydiving activity, and go further beyond until it's just a speck on my screen. It's actually really cool the game lets me do this, even if it is stupid and pointless. At this point, I can enter the Fry Cook games, so I'm just wrapping up anything I can be bothered to. I find another Kill Squidward's enemies. I spend some time delivering ice cream around town, which feels repetitive, with the randomly generated delivery spots just alternating back and forth across Bikini Bottom. The minigame doesn't seem to end either unless you mess up 3 times, so I decide to abandon it, too perfect for failure. I unlock Gorilla Suit Patrick for my trouble. There's a feat for eating a Krabby Patty while skydiving, and I complete it for my own brief amusement. We take the gold at the final Mrs. Puff race and do some lame SpongeBob shooting. I hit the last POI on the map, the dump. Plankton sends me to hunt for treasure in the trash, netting some more sand dollars upon the return of 5 chests. We do a garbage run, and I accidentally dump all the trash into Plankton's treasure zone, so I have to pick it all back up. That sucks. I hit the last undiscovered quest mark on my map, and it's just another Squidward clearing. Finished with Bikini Bottom, I head into the Fry Cook games.
It's a beautiful day here at Fast Food Coliseum. I'm a realistic fish head, and we're about to reveal this year's contenders for the gold medal. Representing the Krusty Krab and Mr. Krabs himself, it's fry cooking wunderkind, SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm ready!
And representing the Chum Bucket and Plankton, it's Patrick Star.
Huh? What's happening?
Patrick, how could you? Teaming up with the arch rival again!
We're here representing the Chum Bucket against SpongeBob, who's repping the Krusty Krab. Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob feel betrayed by Patrick, but he's too simple-minded to realize the depth of his betrayal accurately. We get to walk up to the platform and light the fireworks for the opening ceremony, which is a nice touch, but the NPC fish won't stop saying their content teaser dialogue, completely ruining it.
He nails it! We're ready, folks! Let the Fry Cook games begin!
That's what we're doing. I get it now.
The actual games begin, and it's just 3 mini-games with 1 shared score. The fry toss is tossing fries into a fry holder with different point values. I'm pretty bad at this, only getting to bronze.
For showing!
The second game is food tossing, which isn't really different. We toss either burgers or fries at respective fish based on their desires. There's a goldfish that appears occasionally in the back row. I'm assuming he's worth extra points, but I never land it. The last game is filling up soda cups. Holding down the spray button while bouncing around on trampolines fills the glasses. Movement really the only factor.
Yes, Patrick. Show them. Show them all!
This pushes us into gold, securing the win. At the end of the event, Patrick is announced the winner.
And our winner is Patrick Star and the Chum Bucket. What an unprecedented underdog story.
No! Me medal! Me money!
Ha! Victory is mine, Crabs. Let's move right along to celebrating Patrick as he makes his way to the stage.
Oh, I love stages.
As we walk up to a stage in victory, the NPCs again say their proximity lines, ruining it.
Oh boy! Yay me! I'm a star!
The credits play as we're given the stage to dance, Patrick falling asleep, rolling off of it. I get him back on stage, sleeping in a more stable position. After the credits end, the game dumps us unceremoniously outside of the stadium, no fanfare to be had. I tie up some loose ends, mostly unlocking the pinball game at the dump. It's not a true pinball experience. Patrick is the ball and you can still move him a little bit to alter his placement. The minigame is a nice addition, even if it only holds interest for about 2 minutes. A champion, we retire to the rock, taking a well-deserved nap. This game is interesting in that it isn't much of anything. There's no urgency, no stakes, no driving force. I think that's fitting for a game about the OG unemployed friend, but as a player, it's just not very engaging. It's essentially a minigame collection with an open world wrapping around it. This could be a fine concept, but it falls flat due to the poor quality of the minigames. The Squidward sunbathing minigame is consistently funny, but it's short and it doesn't offer much to people who don't find slapstick cruelty charming. Sandy's power washing is a victim of the game's poor aiming. Both of these cannot be replayed, meaning the content is lost after completion. SpongeBob's Coconut Shooters and the Glove World Carnival games also suffer from this aiming issue, but they are replayable, though you wouldn't want to anyway. Mrs. Puff's racing feels rigged and stale, not making use of other vehicle types already in the game. The Rage Room is a more novel presentation of Smash the Target, but it is easily forgotten about in the corner of the map. The skydiving trials are replayable, but it's easy to get the high score from the get-go, so there's no reason to. The missions attached to the different boat types are different flavors of the same busy work concept. The game lacks sufficient control to make the artistic area worthwhile, and will reward you regardless of input. The fetch X amount of item quests are boring, and a big bulk of the game. They appear as getting SpongeBob golden gloves, rescuing royal jellyfish, and returning treasure to Plankton. Between these 3 quest lines, that's 75 instances of finding and carrying an object back to a specified area. The cooking minigames, or really assembly, suffer from the same poor controls. While the Chum Bucket section is manageable due to its limited scope, you'll never have more than 4 variables per order. The Krusty Krab version is a nightmare, offering 8 components along with cooking and squirting mechanics. Sadly, it really seems the initial Gary quests are the best. They're whimsical and it's all downhill from there. This game suffers most from now what syndrome. There's stuff to do, yeah, but it isn't first choice activities. It's, well, I'm here activities, akin to drawing on the back of a diner placemat. Happy to do it while I'm in the booth, but I'm not going to do that at home. Even the Fry Cook Games, the final grand event, feels more like something cobbled together. It would be more cohesive if it represented games around the map, a target breaking segment, a boat race, drawing a burger, pushing the crowd out of the arena. Instead, it's just 2 tossing games and a spraying game that's really more about bouncing. This game feels like the next generation of those plug-and-play games a relative might get you for your birthday because they know you like SpongeBob and video games and they saw it at CVS. This is the game designed to sell to a well-meaning but unknowing parent who went in to cop that SpongeBob game little Jimmy asked for, not knowing he meant one of the other ones. On the flip side, it also feels like the monetization of a game engine demo, showing off the physics, which are neat, yeah, but they're not that neat. It was the price tag that drew me into exploring this game, and the factors that could be causing that number. I'd say $5 for the actual game itself, and $5 for full voice acting. And yes, we've got the sponge tax, the upcharge for just having that precious IP, so we can set that at a flat 10 bucks. So this is a $10 game that should be masquerading as a $20 game, but is instead trying to pull 40. And if it was a $10 game, I'd be a little bit more generous towards it. The graphics and background look great, the models are fine. Patrick's got multiple outfits, all of which are drawn from the show. The voice acting is great, even if all the dialogue is meaningless throwaway. Though, as I mentioned, the additional voices are not good, feeling misplaced. As an aside, it's been a while, but Sandy's dialogue is terrible, like a parody of herself. I really hope the writing isn't like that in the show. As we've seen, there's no story here, a glaring weakness. Unemployment Simulator is fun, but a threat of something, anything, would have done a lot for a game with nothing. Even if it was just Patrick wanting to try out different jobs or wanting to live a day in the life of his other friends, anything. Make him misread a newspaper and he thinks the town is under attack, and he does quests thinking they're more important than they are. Make it clear people away from Squidward because aliens are abducting him, or we have to find the treasure so the Dutchman will defend the dump. I'm grabbing at straws, yeah, but the devs should have already grabbed at them. It feels like they threw their hands up and said, Patrick is dumb, he'll do anything for no reason, no story needed. Seriously, that's probably what happened. Patrick might be dumb, but the fun is watching him be dumb in situations. Situations are better in a cohesive linear sequence. We call that a story. Overall, I'd give this game a 3 out of 10. It's functional, though the item manipulation controls are terrible, and it has a nice visual polish, but it lacks any kind of substance. It's like licking a picture of a cheeseburger. It's clear that some level of show knowledge went into the game, though it seems confined to meme costumes. The main cast voice acting is a solid point, but they say nothing worth hearing. I spent about 4 hours in game, and that's $10 an hour. I couldn't imagine being a parent and buying this, only for my kid to beat it in 4 hours. I'd be livid. Looking at the achievement data, 80% of Steam players and 49% of Xbox players earned the achievement for playing at the park with Gary, the game's opening quest. While it's possible to ignore this completely, we'll treat it as a baseline. The achievements for completing the Fry Cook games, which leads to the credits, is a little dubious, only counting if you get the gold. But it's at 17% for Steam and 2% for Xbox. The Mayo Hunting achievement, getting every mayonnaise jar, sits at 11% on Steam and 0.98% on Xbox. Because this represents visiting every corner of the game, I'm surprised at how high the percentage is on Steam. Though, of course, the Game Pass effect will always skew the Xbox numbers, lowering the bar to entry. On Steam, it's people who paid directly for access. And paid they did. While this game dipped down to 50% during the summer sale this year, that's still $20. And if I had to pay for this directly, I'd 100% it too. Wasted potential is always a shame, but so is forced potential. This game feels like the single-player mode of a multiplayer-focused party game shipped out on its own to an uncaring audience. Its destiny is to be lost in a sea of shovelware, drifting like trash scraping along the reef. What a beautiful $40 legacy. Anyway, don't forget to crush Squidward's hopes and dreams, and I'll see you next time.